I thought it was supposed to be Friday the 13th. Who says computers don't make mistakes? It's Friday the 13th, stupid. All right, so we're off by a day. Anyhow, on this Friday the 14th, we have assembled two gruesome teams of terrifying techies, horrifying hackers who will face off in a thriller that would make Hannibal the Cannibal look like a nerd. Today from San Jose, California, we bring you Computer Bowl 5, the East against the West, on this special edition of the Computer Chronicles.
Computer Chronicles is brought to you in part by Intel, microprocessor technology for the software of today and tomorrow. Intel, the computer inside. Additional funding is provided by the Software Publishers Association, providers of educational materials to help manage software. Don't copy that floppy.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and hackers of all ages. Welcome to the Computer Museum's 1993 Computer Bowl version 5.0, Computer Bowl 5, presented by the Association for Computing Machinery. We're here tonight in the San Jose Civic Auditorium on Friday the 14th, a night of potential horror for the losing team in this 5th annual contest of computer trivia. We're here on the West Coast tonight because the Silicon Valley smart guys scored a technical knockout last year at the Hassle and the Castle in Boston, beating the East Coast team by a score of 320 to 240, and thus that beautiful silver computer bowl you see over there has been residing here in the Silicon Valley for the past year, a symbol of computer trivia superiority. But, however, after 4 years now, after 4 years worth of computer bowl battles, the score is in fact tied. 2 victories for the East so far, 2 victories for the West. So tonight is the rubber match. And who is going to win tonight? Will it be the West? Yes. But there is another side, as always, to that story. For back east in Boston right now at the Computer Museum, we are going live tonight via satellite to all those East Coast fans who could not afford to fly out to California. All right, you guys out there in Boston, you rooting for the East, I take it? Somebody out there make noise? Oh, we even have an impartial crowd right here. All right, now, since not all of the West Coast computer expertise is here in the Silicon Valley, we are also beaming Computer Bowl 5 live tonight to Microsoft headquarters in Redmond, Washington. Another group of West Coast fans, I assume. Guys in Redmond? Yes? You guys here? Yes? West Coast? All right, so without any further ado, let me introduce the mean and nasty contestants for this Friday the 14th rubber match showdown. All right, are you ready? Now, first of all, the challengers, the terrifying techies from the East, the president and CEO of Legend Corporation, John Bloodbath Burton. Oh my God. From Phoenix Technologies, Neil the Cannibal Colvin. Oh, they're here to kill. From ViewLogic Systems, Alan the Hatchet Man Hanover. From the Patricia Seabold Group, Pat the Slasher Seabold. Oh my goodness. Last but not least, the captain of this East Coast team, the chairman and CEO of PowerSoft Corporation, Mitchell the Maniac Kurtzman. Oh my God, no. We know what we're in for tonight, folks. All right, oh, can the West Coast team top this? For the horrifying hackers from the West. Ladies and gentlemen, the horrifying hackers of the West, the defending world champions who have threatened to frighten the daylights out of these opponents who are dressed in white. First, the chairman and CEO of B Incorporated, Jean-Louis Gruesome Gasset. From Go Corporation, Jerry the Killer Kaplan. Oh, these are mean dudes, these guys from the West. Jerry the Killer Kaplan. No messing around with this guy. From Supermac Inc., Michael the Madman McConnell. From DataQuest Incorporated, Lisa the Thrasher Thorell. Lisa the Thrasher Thorell takes her place in that line. Finally, the captain of the West Coast team, from Network General Corporation, Harry the Slicer Saul. Ladies and gentlemen, and I hesitate to use that phrase, characters, oh my God. No. Hold it, no. This is Worldwide Federation of Wrestling. Could you guys please get in your cages? That's where you belong. Get please into your seats inside our little cages over here right now so we can get Computer Bowl 5 underway. Let me go through the rules here. There are going to be 4 rounds in this Computer Bowl. Round 1, round 2, round 3. You see how easy this is? And round 4, right? It's very simple. In each round, there will be 2 kinds of questions. There are toss-up questions worth 1 point each, and any individual player on either team can answer one of those toss-up questions. If your answer to a toss-up question is wrong, then the player from the other team may try to answer that same question and get the point. If you ring your buzzer before you have finished asking the question, before we have finished asking the question, and your answer is wrong, the opposing team will get to hear the full question and then get to answer. So think before you speak, or certainly before you buzz. All right, there are also special bonus round questions. They will be directed to one team only. Each team will have the chance to answer 4 bonus round questions. The bonus round will be multiple part questions worth a total of 3 points. The bonus round questions will rotate from east to west and east, etc. Each side will have 4. The bonus round questions can be answered only by the team captain, though members of the team may consult with the captain before he answers. You must please, gentlemen and ladies, ring your buzzer and be recognized before you answer. I know you're all a bunch of wild guys, but we have to play by the rules here. If you talk before being recognized, you will forfeit your chance, and only the opposite team will get a chance to answer that question, and they will, of course, already heard your answer. Now, since we know how mean and nasty you techies of terror can be, on Friday the 14th in particular, we have invited 2 experts to be our judges for tonight's Computer Bowl. It will be their job to rule on any disputed answers. In the judges' box tonight from the East Coast, from Fluid Incorporated, Dr. David Nelson. And I guess since we're here in a converted basketball court, our judges have become referees tonight, it looks like. All right, sitting in the judges' box also for Computer Bowl 5, representing the West Coast from Asset Management Company, John Schock. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce to you the man who holds the title of West Coast's most valuable player from Computer Bowl 2, but very sad to say for some, he has now lost the title of World's Most Eligible Bachelor. Ladies and gentlemen, the chairman of the board of Microsoft, Mr. Bill Gates. Okay, start your brains, ladies and gentlemen. Bill, start with the first toss-up question.
In 1978, Ward Christensen and Randy Seuss created a computer first in the city of Chicago. What computer-based innovation did they create?
Okay, boy, we're starting with a tough one. All right, let's go to Neil of the East.
The X-modem file transfer protocol?
No, that is not the correct answer. Anybody on the West like to take a shot at this now? You've got to ring your buzzer. Somebody on the West quickly if you'd like to answer this question. Computer innovation started in Chicago. Okay, Jerry Kaplan, what's your answer?
It was a virtual reality game, wasn't it?
No, I'm afraid that's not the right answer either. The score is still 0 here. The answer is the first bulletin board system. The first bulletin board system. Okay, let's go to the second. No, that was a good one. Go to the next question, Bill.
PC Letter publishes a vapor list of software products that have been announced but not shipped. One software program holds the record for being on the PC Vaporware list for the longest time, 4 years and 2 months. What program holds this dubious distinction? Was it Lotus 123 for the Macintosh, Microsoft Windows, DBase 4, or OS 2?
All right, which of those was longest? All right, we have an answer from Jean-Louis Gasset.
Lotus 123 for the Macintosh.
Yes, indeed. Lotus 1, 2, 3 for the Mac. Okay. 1 point for the West Coast. The West ahead, 1-0. Next question, Bill.
A recent art exhibit at the Georges Pompidou Center in Paris featured a supercomputer that generates real-time images that evolve and change with audience interaction. What supercomputer was used for this exhibit?
These are the real tough questions, guys. All right, anybody take a shot at it? Okay, Harry Saul from the West Coast.
Cray 1.
No, it was not a Cray 1. Anybody from the East likes to take a shot at that? Okay, we've got Alan Hanover. What's your answer?
Cray XMP.
That is not the answer either. The answer is the CM2 connection machine. All right, we're stumping these guys. All right, Bill, let's go to the third question, see how they do.
A high-tech executive recently wrote a book having nothing to do with computers. It's about diet and nutrition. The title is The 10% Solution. Who is the author? Is it Ray Kurzweil, Mitch Kapoor, Philippe Kahn, or John Akers?
This is not a tough one, guys. 10% solution, Jerry Kaplan, West Coast.
I'll guess Ray Kurzweil.
Ray Kurzweil is the answer. Ray Kurzweil, okay. It is 2-0 for the West Coast, okay. Now it's time for our very first bonus round, and this bonus round is going to be for the East Coast. Again, you can answer only through Mitch the captain. You guys can consult. The subject here is computer books, and I'll ask you 3 questions in this bonus round. Each is worth 1 point. Here's the first question. In the book, Colossus the Forbin Project, an American supercomputer is pitted against a Russian supercomputer. The American computer was called Colossus. What was the name of the Russian computer? Was it Gorbachev, Nietsky, Guardian, or Sputnik? Consult and give me the answer through your captain for 1 point.
Guardian.
Guardian is the right answer. That's another point for the West. Okay. All right, here's a chance for another point, second point in the bonus round. Tracy Kidder wrote a book called The Soul of a New Machine. In that book, hardware designers are called Hardy Boys. What are the software designers called? Quickly, please. I need an answer from the captain, Mitch, right now.
Softies.
Good idea, but you're wrong. You don't get that one. Micro Kids was the answer to that one. All right, here's a chance, one more chance in your bonus round. There is a bestseller out now, published by Doubleday, and the title is simply Gates. Who wrote the book? I need your answer right now.
Stephen Maines.
Is that your answer? That's not good enough. He was one of the authors. It's Stephen Manis and Paul Andrews. All right, well, not so bad. Okay, let's see how we're doing now. The score is West Coast 2, East Coast 1. And actually, that's, all right, 2-1, a little. Those neighbors on the top floor are such a pain in the neck. They're always making noises. That is the end of round 1. The score is 2 for the West, 1 for the East. We'll be right back with round 2 in just a moment. Okay, we're going back now for the second round here of Computer Bowl 5, and we're going to resume right now with some more toss-up questions. The score is 2 for the West, 1 for the East. A slow start. Bill, go to your first toss-up question.
According to the New York Times, what U.S. government official once sent the following email message? "Oh Lord, I lost the slip and broke one of the high heels. Forgive, please. We'll return the wig on Monday." Was it William Casey, J. Edgar Hoover, Oliver North, or George Bush?
Who sent that email message? John Burton on the East Coast.
J. Edgar Hoover.
That is not correct.
What was it? What was it?
Good guess, but not the right answer. Anybody on the West Coast like to try? Who sent that email message?
What was his answer?
The answer he gave was J. Edgar Hoover. That was not the correct answer. And I've got a buzz from Jean-Louis Gasset. What is your answer?
William Casey.
It was not William Casey. Neither of you got it. The answer was Oliver North. You got to think back to those Contra hearings. Okay, next question, Bill.
What is the exact number of bytes in a megabyte?
Oh, come on. All right, John Burton of the East Coast.
1,096K.
That is not correct. Would anybody from the West like to try an answer to that question? How many bytes in a megabyte? All right, Lisa Thorell, what's your answer?
1,024.
No.
I'm afraid not. The answer is 1,048,576 megabyte. Okay, next question, Bill. It's still 2-1 West.
A widely used distributed campus information system originated at the University of Minnesota. The system was named after the University of Minnesota mascot. What is it called?
Okay, the name of the campus network system. All right, Mitch Kurtzman of the East Coast.
Timberwolf.
Timberwolf is not the answer. Anybody from the West like to give it a shot? Okay, we've got a shot from Michael McConnell.
Gophers.
Gopher is the right answer. Okay, what do you know? All right, 3-1 in this close game here. Let's go to the next one, Bill.
Some computers have SCSI ports. SCSI stands for SCSI. What does
All right, Harry Saul of the West thinks he knows the answer to that. Harry?
Small Computer Systems Interface.
Absolutely right. Small Computer Systems Interface. Okay. All right, so the score here in the middle of round 2 is 4 for the West, 1 for the East, and we're going to go to our second bonus round, and this is for you guys up top on the West Coast. You can get 3 more points now, so here's your chance. The subject will be acronyms. Only an answer through the Captain Harry, please. WIMP is a word that used to be applied to George Bush. In computers, WIMP is an acronym. What do the letters WIMP stand for? Consult and answer through your captain, please, right now. We need an answer. WIMP, the computer acronym, which stands for Harry. I need an answer. Give it a shot.
Windows, Interface, Mouse, and Pointer.
Not bad, but wrong. Windows, icons, mouse, and then pull down or pop up menus. That's WIMP. All right, you've got 2 more chances. 2 more chances to get 2 points here. PCMCIA. Need I say more? All right. What does PCMCIA stand for?
Personal Computer Memory Card International Association.
All right, you've got a point for that one. All right, here's your chance to get 1 more point. ISO is a computer acronym. The letters ISO. What do they stand for?
You want to do it in French?
Need an answer, Harry.
The English version is International Organization for Standards.
You guys are smart, absolutely right. IOS in the English version, International Organization for Standardization. All right, 1 more point for the West. The score is now 6 for the West, 1 for the East. All right, you guys below now, let's get out your chainsaws and get going here. Bill, next question.
November 16, 1992 marked the beginning of nationwide ISDN service in the United States as local and national carriers were networked for the first time. This historic link-up was given a name. Was it called the Golden Splice, the Silver Spike, the Digital Deed, or the Magic Moment?
All right, we have an answer from Harry Saul on the West Coast.
The Golden Splice.
Golden Splice is the correct answer. Another point for the West Coast. Next question, Bill.
Tom Brigham is generally credited with having invented the computer technique called morphing. For his invention, Brigham recently received a Technical Achievement Award. What award did he receive?
All right, an answer from Jerry Kaplan on the West.
It was the Academy Award, I believe.
Sorry, Academy Award
Academy
you said?
Award.
That's good enough. An Oscar from one of the Academy Awards, absolutely. That's another point for the West. All right, next question, Bill.
Steve Jobs has a daughter whose name is the same as that of a computer. What is...
Jean-Louis Gasset. What's the answer?
Lisa.
Lisa is correct. Another point for the West. Okay, next one, Bill.
The IBM 7094 had a light that came on to tell you the oil pressure was low. What was the oil used for?
All right, Harry Saul of the West Coast.
Cooling the memory.
That's absolutely right, cooling the core memory. All right, the score is 10 for the West. It is 1 point for the East. We're going to move ahead now. And Bill, I'm going to get to the next bonus round question because we're having to slip ahead a bit and catch up. All right, this is a bonus round for the East Coast. All right, guys, you got a chance to get 3 points here. The subject of this bonus round is Microsoft. What is the name of the data compression feature that is used in Microsoft's new version of DOS 6.0? An answer from the Captain Mitch.
Double space.
Double space is right. 1 point for the East Coast. We're up to 10-2. All right, here's a chance for another point. In 1985, several Japanese computer companies hoped to introduce computers into the U.S. market using a new operating system that was written for them by Microsoft. What was the name of that operating system? Mitch?
MSX.
MSX right again. Another point for the East Coast. All right, here's a chance for one more point in this special bonus round. According to U.S. News & World Report, quite a few Microsoft employees have become millionaires by virtue of their ownership of Microsoft stock. How many Microsoft employees own at least $1 million worth of stock? Is it 15, 150, 500, or 2,000?
2000.
2,000 is correct, okay. Somewhere between 2,000 and 2,200, I'm told. All right, we're going to go back to the toss-up questions. The score right now, you caught up a little bit, guys. 10 for the West, 4 for the East. Bill, go ahead.
Cartoonist Scott Adams sometimes puts his internet email address between the panels of his nationally syndicated comic strip. What comic strip does he draw?
That's the question, guys. All right, Mitch Kurtzman from the East Coast.
Ren and Stimpy.
No, I'm afraid not. Anybody from the West like to give it a shot? The cartoon strip drawn by Scott Adams, in which he sneaks in little computer things. So, somebody have to ring a buzzer for me. Okay, Michael McConnell.
Calvin and Hobbes.
Sorry?
Calvin and Hobbes.
No. The answer is Dilbert. Nobody has time to read the comics, I realize that. All right, next question, Bill.
Which of the following terms is the name of a type of computer memory? Biax, triax, quadrax, or pentax?
Which is the right name? Okay, Alan Hanover from the East Coast.
Triax.
That is not the correct answer. Anybody from the West like to give it a shot? Okay, we have Jean-Louis Gasset.
Quadrax.
No, that is not the answer either. The answer is Biax. Biax was the right answer. Bill, next question.
Since 1984, a contest has been held on Usenet for the most unreadable, creative, bizarre, but working C program. What is the name of this contest?
Contest held on Usenet for the most bizarre C program, but one that works. Anybody want to give it a shot? Going once, going twice. Got nothing to lose. Give it a shot here, someone. All right, Jean-Louis Gasset.
Windows.
We'd love to give you a point for that, but we can't. I'm sorry, Jean-Louis. Bill, get back at him. Your turn.
You're not going to tell them the right answer?
The answer is the obfuscated C contest, not Windows.
The adventure game King's Quest was originally written for a particular computer. The game outlived the computer. For what computer was King's Quest originally written?
For what computer, now an orphan, was King's Quest originally written? Come on, guys, pretty easy. Neil Colvin.
The Commodore PET.
No, not the Commodore PET. Anybody from the West like to take a shot? Okay, Lisa Thorell.
Atari 520 ST.
No, I'm afraid not. All right, you're out. IBM PC Junior, written for the PC Junior. All right, here is the last question of round 2. Go ahead, Bill.
Kevin Costner, Alan Greenspan, and Dick Cavett all have something in common that's related to computers. What is it that they have in common?
Jerry Kaplan of the West.
They're spokesman for Apple using an Apple Macintosh.
Absolutely right. They've all done commercials for Apple. Very good. Okay, hard to believe already, but this is the end of round 2 and the end of the first half of the Computer Bowl. The West is considerably ahead right now, 11 points to 4. All right, for those of you watching here in the San Jose Civic Auditorium, for all of you watching live via satellite in Boston and Redmond, Please stay seated. We'll resume Computer Bowl 5 in just about 15 minutes after some halftime entertainment. Now, for those of you watching this at home on television, that is it for this special edition of Computer Chronicles. If you want to see how this all ends up, we'll be back here same time, same station next week with the second half of Computer Bowl 5.
Computer Chronicles is brought to you in part by Intel, microprocessor technology for the software of today and tomorrow. Intel, the computer inside. Additional funding is provided by the Software Publishers Association, providers of educational materials to help manage software. Don't copy that floppy.
Videocassette copies of this program are available. Computer Chronicles also publishes a companion newsletter containing details on products demonstrated and information on program topics. To order a videocassette or a newsletter, call 1-800-799-4949 or write Computer Chronicles. Please specify program subject for tapes. All orders include a free software program for auditing software use and information on the definitive guide to keeping your organization's software legal.